In this automatic irrigation system project, we are using a moisture sensor and Arduino Uno, a transistor, a relay, and three resistors, 330 ohms resistors, and two LEDs for indication, and one submergible motor, batteries, and if we require any LCD display, then we can take another Arduino and jumper wires. These are the components we are using in this project. Moisture sensor, it detects the moisture and it finally gives the equivalent voltage. Whenever we observe the difference in the output voltage, that difference is observed only due to the difference in the moisture level that is sensed by the moisture sensor. At the output end, you can observe there are four output pins. One is analog, second one is digital, third one is ground, and fourth one is VCC. So first we will learn what is this moisture sensor, and then we will discuss how the connection should be done to the Arduino Uno. This is the moisture sensor so far we are discussing. In this moisture sensor, you can observe there are two metallic lines, two conductive lines. Because the two conductive lines are behaving like two metallic plates, and the middle part is behaving like a dielectric medium. This is absolutely behaving like a capacitor. In the capacitor, the capacitance value can be affected if we change the permittivity of a medium. So when we change the permittivity of a particular medium in the capacitor, the dielectric medium, the ability to store the electric flux lines, that can be altered. So we are keeping this moisture sensor in a farming land, where if the soil moisture is wet, we will get one capacitance value, and when the soil moisture is dry, we will get the different capacitance value. The capacitance value is being changed with this construction. Now with the two probes, we can say the wires are probes. Through the probes, we are connecting this moisture sensor data output to the control. Here, there is a potentiometer, this blue color knob. This potentiometer is nothing but a variable resistor. This variable resistor, whenever we are varying the resistance value, particularly we are changing the output voltage value that is equivalent to the moisture's level. So if we keep this is the sensitivity knob we can call. So if we keep very low value of the resistance, then we will get one voltage value. If we keep very high resistance value, then we will get the another output voltage for the same moisture level. So depending upon our requirement, we can adjust this sensitivity knob. As of now in our project, there is no need to adjust the sensitivity knob. We are taking the same sensitivity which is given by the manufacturer. There is a comparator IC. You can observe here. This comparator IC, whenever the moisture level reaches a certain value, accordingly the threshold value that will set to the particular voltage value, output voltage value. We will get the voltage value in between 1 to 1023, or you can say these are 1024 levels. You can think this is what we see the output voltage value from the analog pin. Or if you are interested in taking the output as a digital, definitely that value will be in the binary form. So we have the provision in the moisture sensor. Either we can take the data in the form of the analog, or we can take in the form of the digital. In this project, we are using the analog data because we want the moisture level to be monitored continuously always. So the value should be different. So we are taking the analog data output and we are connecting this analog data output to the Arduino. There is no necessity that you have to also consider the analog data to connect to the Arduino. You can connect the digital data output to the Arduino. Here you can observe, as we have already mentioned, one output pin is analog and another output pin is digital, and third output pin is ground, and fourth output pin is VCC, where we will get the supply for this sensor module. we can give the supply directly from the Arduino Uno, even though it is mentioned that we can give either 3.3 volts or 5 volts, as it is a standard procedure that we can give the 5 volts directly to this pin, and a ground, we have to ground the Arduino ground. We can connect this ground pin to the Arduino ground pin, and we are connecting this analog output to the Arduino analog pin. In the Arduino Uno, you can observe there are 6 analog pins. In these 6 analog pins, we are using the first analog pin. And similarly, we are connecting the VCC to the 5 volts and ground to the ground. Thereby, we have completed the connections from the sensor module to the Arduino. Now we will see how we can connect the output connections. At the output terminal, as we have already mentioned, these 4 outputs, these 4 pins, digital pins, we are taking as outputs. So in these, out of these 4 pins, eighth pin is very important to us because this pin is controlling the motor, submersible motor. Now we are connecting this eighth pin to the transistor BC547 through a resistor, 330 ohms resistor. BC547, that to the transistor base we have supplied this whatever the voltage we are receiving at the eighth pin. If example the moisture level is very low, then automatically we are programming through the Arduino that the eighth pin becomes high. Because the eighth pin is high, the transistor BC547 will be turned on. Because the transistor is in on condition, we can observe there is a current in the relay coil. As the relay coil current is observed in the relay coil, automatically the switch which is connected to mobile contact to normally closed as of now will be automatically connected to mobile contact and normally open. Thereby we can observe the motor is running. When the moisture level is detected as low, automatically the motor is running. For this, there is no action required from the human being. This is automatically is being done. That's why we are calling this project as automatic irrigation system. In this, we have used 9 volts supply for the turning on or turning off of the motor, because we have taken a very small ample amount of the moisture or ample amount of soil to wet that soil. We are taking a small submersible motor. And if you want to operate with the AC directly, you can take the AC 230 volts or 230 volts RMS supply, and you can run the AC motor by using that. Here we have taken a 9 volt supply to run the relay. Because I am using the 9 volts relay, we have taken the 9 volts battery. If you are using 12 volts relay, you can connect the 12 volt supply. Similarly, we have connected two LEDs, light emitting diodes, to indicate the motor action. If the submersible motor is an on condition, then if the motor is running, then maybe one LED is on and another LED is off. If the motor is in off condition, then the second LED is in on and the first LED is in off condition. Similarly, if we are not satisfied with this indication of small LED on and off, we can directly connect the output from the 10th pin to the LCD display. In this LCD display, we can detect whether the motor is in on condition or off condition. How to display the text on the LCD display? For that, we have already discussed in the Arduino tutorial. If you have any doubts, you can go back and look at the Arduino tutorial. In that, we have explained how an LCD display text can be controlled with a simple Arduino Uno. The cost of the components, we have considered here the soil moisture sensor that may be in the range of 100 to 200 depending upon the shopkeeper you are purchasing. And Arduino Uno cost is 450, and the sensor module is available in the online websites like Amazon. You can get from there also. And the resistors, 330 ohms resistors, for 1 rupee you can get, because we are using quarter watt resistors, so for 1 rupee we can get 4 quarter watt resistors. And LEDs, each LED cost is 1 rupee. We have taken two LEDs, one is green LED and the second one is red LED. Transistor BC547 cost is 1 rupee, and the battery cost 15 rupees, and the clip cost will be 5 rupees. Relay we are using, if this is 9 volts relay, that will be the cost will be around 15 to 20 rupees, and if we are using 12 volts relay, then the cost will be 10 to 20 rupees. In the range will be in the 10 to 20 rupees. And the LCD display connections that already we have discussed in the Arduino tutorial, you can you may require jumper wires. If you take more number of jumper wires, maybe 100 to 200, then each jumper wire may come in 2 to 3 rupees range. If you purchase a single jumper wire, that may cost from 4 to 5 rupees depending upon the shopkeeper. Now we will discuss how to program this Arduino Uno. As we already discussed, our intention of writing the program should be whenever the moisture level is detected, depending upon the moisture level, we should make sure that the eighth pin should become high. If the moisture level detected is very low, the eighth pin should become high. If the moisture level detected is very high, then the eighth pin should automatically go down or it should become low. We will see how we can program the Arduino IDE. Now we are discussing the programming. As we already mentioned, in the Arduino Uno, we are using four digital pins as outputs. So we have to mention these four digital pins as output. So I am setting the pin mode 4, 7, 8, 10 as output pins. After taking the output from the eighth pin, the transistor should turn on when the moisture level is low. So here we are taking when the moisture level is low, we are using the conditional statement. If the moisture level is low, then 8, the digital pin 8 should go to high. That's why we are using the command digital write. And when the moisture level is high, then automatically the transistor and there followed by the transistor should turn off. So we have to make sure that when the moisture level is high, the eighth pin value should be low. This is how we have programmed the eighth pin. And fourth pin, and for fourth and seventh pins we have connected LEDs. If at one instant, if the fourth pin is becoming low, definitely the seventh pin is becoming high, in order to indicate that whenever the fourth pin, the LED that is connected to fourth pin is not glowing, that indicates that the motor is on. Whenever the uh, LED that is connected to seventh pin that is turned on, this is also indicating the same thing, that the motor is turned on. And when the seventh pin goes slow, or the LED that is connected to seventh pin is not glowing, and the LED that is connected to fourth pin is glowing, that indicates that the motor is in off condition. The output we are getting from the moisture sensor is in the range of the 550 to 10, where the value of 550 is indicating that the soil is dry, and the value 10 is indicating that the soil is wet. So the maximum value is 10 and the minimum value is 550. But we are not interested to take these values. We want to represent these values in the form of 0 to 100. So for that, there is a function called map in the Arduino IDE. So we are mapping the output value which is existing in between 550 to 10. We are representing that in the between 0 to 100. So we are reading the sensor data by using a particular command called analog read. This particular command is used to read the sensor output value, and after reading the sensor output value, which is appearing in the form of 550 to 10, we are mapping it to 0 to 100. And after that, we are writing a conditional statement called if the value is less than 0, then the motor should be turned on. If the value is not less than 0, then the motor should be automatically turned off. Here, because the sensor pin is A0, this is analog sensor, we are taking an integer variable. Without mentioning int also, you can directly write analog pin as A0. In analog read of A0, you can directly write. And similarly, the output value, whatever the output value you are getting, this is also in the integer value only. So the int output value we are writing, int output value that will be represented here. So the int output value is an integer variable, because the data we are taking is an integer variable. And this process has to be happened continuously. So we are giving a delay, small delay of 1000 milliseconds, which is nothing but 1 second. So this will be continuously monitored. But as we mentioned, if you are not satisfied still, if you want LCD display, On the LCD display also, you can represent the same thing. We have connected the 10th pin in the Arduino 1 to the 13th pin, Arduino 1 10th pin. We are connecting to the 13th pin of the another Arduino. This Arduino, the second Arduino, this is Arduino 1 and this is Arduino 2. The second Arduino we are actually using to control the text on the LCD display. How to display the text on the LCD display? For that, we have deliberately discussed in the Arduino tutorial. If you have any doubts, you can go back to the Arduino tutorial that is available in the channel. You can clear your doubts and you can come back here. So these hash include liquid crystal.h, and the commands we are using, these commands are we are using to display the text on the LCD display. And we have set up a serial communication, 16 by 2 LCD dot begin. And if the the voltage value that is available at the 13th pin, the digital read, we are using the command to read the output voltage value that is available at the 13th pin by using the digital read of 13. If that value is high, then we are printing on LCD display as motor is in on condition. If the value is low, then we are printing on the LCD display as motor is in off condition. In order to make sure that the previous value should not appear, we are clearing every time when the loop is running. This is how we can implement an automatic irrigation system. We will see practically how it can be implemented.